Thanks for joining us on the John Mendola Show. We're driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Let's talk Wallenpaupack Buckhorns Wrestling. Joining us is Senior Jared Wehrmann. Jared, for you, 182 pounds is where you're wrestling at. Tell us how this season's going for you.
So far, it's been really well. I feel like I'm wrestling the best I've ever wrestled in my career, and all the hard work's starting to pay off, and I'm really excited as we head into the postseason to see what happens.
Jared, talk about the work ethic you've had and what you kind of worked on in the offseason, and again, where you feel you are right now as districts approach us in a couple of days. Tell us about what you worked on to kind of make yourself prepared for this time of year.
My coaching and my family have really supported me and helped me throughout the whole process as maturing and developing as a high school wrestler. I've been working a lot with my neutral. That is where I feel I'm the strongest. So that's where I will continue to work on, and hopefully I'll be able to dominate people from my feet.
Jared Wehrmann here on the John Mendola Show, driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Let's get into that coaching. You have Coach Krishnowski and some other coaches there constantly pushing you guys, working with you. Tell us about the dedication that you guys show back by having a successful wrestling program, and a few of you have really done some nice stuff, whether it's at the district level, trying to get to regionals, or even states.
Our coaching staff is incredibly dedicated. They're in the practice room every day. Coach Krishnowski, Coach Nisley, and Coach Morrissey. They're in the practice room with us every day, pushing us to our limits, and really helping us see the goal, the end game, and pushing us towards that and helping us along the way.
Tell us about your teammate Chase at 132 or 138, wherever he's going to wrestle. Tell us about what he brings.
Chase has a tremendous work ethic. He's always one of the hardest workers, and we have a good dynamic. We push each other in the practice room, and we don't let the other one outwork the other. So we really help push each other, and that's why we are where we are. We work very well together.
Of course, we're talking about Chase Gallick. He'll be headed to Lehigh University to continue his academic and athletic career. How about for you? Tell us about the next step.
I'll be taking my wrestling and academic future to Franklin and Marshall in Lancaster, and me and Chase will be seeing each other on the mat then.
How about the academic component at Franklin and Marshall? It's going to be a challenge, a great school, academic school, and boy, the wrestling. You got an interesting scenario to try to do athletics and academics there.
Yeah, I always have tried to challenge myself academically, and that's something that my coaching staff and my parents have always stressed. And because you are a student athlete, student comes first. So Franklin and Marshall will be an interesting scenario because of its academic rigors, and as well as trying to balance wrestling. So I look forward to being challenged.
Jared, how about the next level for you academically? Tell us about what you're going to study and why you chose it.
I decided to declare my major as public health policy, and I chose that because I've always been interested in law and government, and also the biology and medical aspect, and I would like to make a difference in our public health legislature and our public health system overall.
Well, definitely the first time I've heard of a student athlete going for public health policy. Sounds very interesting. And as you said, you want to make a difference, going to be quite challenging. Jared, you still have some time left here in your athletic and academic career on the high school level. Tell us about what the goals are over the next couple of weeks, what you'd like to try to do.
Well, ever since I started wrestling, I've always wanted to capture state medal, and now that the time is here, I'm really excited, and I feel that I am very well prepared for the district, regional, and state tournament, and I'm very excited to go and come home with some medals.
And then you mentioned the coaching aspect. You also mentioned a little while ago about the family support you get. Talk about your family and what they mean to you and what they've done for you and continue to do for you every day.
First, I'll start with my family because they've been with me the entire time. They've been incredibly supportive, not just morally and spiritually, but also financially. They've always sent me to camps over the summers. I've went to Minnesota, Cornell. I've been all over North Dakota. So they've always supported me from various aspects, and they're always there when I need help. And my coaching staff, they've supported me since as long as I can remember, as long as I've wrestled for Wallenpaupack, they believed in me enough to bring me and Chase Gallick up as freshmen. So they've always believed in me, and that's been a crucial component of my wrestling, is having them believe in me. And they've always believed in me, and I don't think they'll ever stop believing in me. So it's reassuring to have a very good support group behind you.
Jared, anything can happen, as you well know, in districts or regionals or possibly states, for that matter, from this point forward. If you're able to get through districts, and obviously you have goals of winning a district title, what are those components going to head to when you get to regionals where you know every match could be your last, because those guys in the Lehigh Valley know how to bring it?
Absolutely. Upsets happen, and I've always taken a one-match approach. I just look at the one match. I don't look ahead to finals or semis. The match that you're wrestling is the match that matters. So I'm going to try to not get ahead of myself this year and just focus one match at a time and win one match at a time.
Sounds like a guy we're rooting for here in northeastern Pennsylvania, Jared Wehrmann of Wallenpaupack. Thank you so much for your time, and best of luck in your future endeavors.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Wallenpaupack Buckhorns Wrestling, of course, him and Chase Gavlik working towards a district title this year. Some of the other wrestlers there at Paupack as well. Here on the John Mendola Show, we're driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers.